Hello, this is Ryan Wickle Reviews, back after another hiatus. No particular reason, But coming back with episode 205, season 2, episode 5. This is the 5th episode, season 2, Hell's Kitchen, July 10th, 2006, the final 7 chefs. It starts off reactions last night and everything. What's Tom got sent home. But in the morning, Ramsay pulls one of my favorite tricks on the people. He gets the old fake dish thing. He gets these, like the cheese dish. It's just spray cheese, and they got the dinner. That's just like a microwave dinner, and they got the pate made out of hot dogs, and everyone's eating them. And like, yeah, this is delicious. This prank a few times. This is my favorite. Uh, all the other times are just like I think it has like scene 8 or 9 or something, and he disguises one of his own dishes in there, and they can't tell. But I think this one's my favorite. Uh, Everyone's a good sport about it. They're laughing except for Virginia, who was pissed. I think because she hadn't had any good performances before this, so she was trying to prove herself. Key said the pate tasted good, even if it was made of hot dogs, because hot dogs were slamming. That's personally my favorite moment from that thing. And this whole prank is the intro to the blind taste test, now annual. It's the first time we've seen the second one of it, which is exciting. The first time had memorable moments, such as Jimmy's meat tortellini with sweated onion. This moment doesn't really have anything that great about it. There's nothing like truly outstanding much out of it. Everyone got 2. Maribel 2 out of 4, Sarah 2 out of 3, Keith 2 out of 4, Heather 2 out of 4, Garrett 2 out of 4, Virginia 3 out of 4. Red team wins, and Virginia takes this one compliment to the end, like every single montage retrospective of her. It's I have a really good palate because she got one more than everyone else. It's like her biggest thing. I think she comes back in this season 7, 10, 10, where it's like they're playing against runner-ups and Virginia's there, and they're like her retrospective is yeah I have a good palate, and that's the only claim to fame. It's just I have a good palate, and that's her only like her biggest redeeming quality. This is like one of her only good moments of the season. At this later in this episode too, but yeah. The reward is a photo shoot. Not bad, pretty good. Probably better at the time at 2006, but yeah, still good. Blue team has to clean both kitchens from last night. This is a lot worse than it sounds because leftovers from last night, they were just kicked out and they didn't clean the kitchen. So they were just kicked out and they have to clean all the leftovers that's caked onto the pans and everything. That's an awful reward. And then Garrett had to get some champagne for there. But yep, that's it. Before service, Maribel starts to feel homesick. To be honest, she has been completely invisible this season up until now. She hasn't done much. She screwed up some Wellingtons on the meat station. She did bad as a server. She's never been good, but never the worst. So she hasn't done anything up until being homesick that's memorable. But on to service, Heather weirdly starts cooking the spaghetti like really ahead of time, and Ramsay told her we're not a fast food restaurant. He threatened her with an on-the-spot elimination, and then on app she undercooks a risotto by a little bit, which is her worst start to anything so far. That's her worst moment so far, and she recovers. Like she doesn't make a whole lot after this, but she still takes responsibility later on. The red team is slow. a funny moment where Ramsay's yelling, "Please!" The narrator jokes are more often in this season, and the narrator says, "Ramsay's resorted to using kind words to get the red team motivated." It goes to him. He's like, "Can I please, 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 get some food out here?" Something along those lines. And I think the narrator gets a lot better in this season. I'm a big fan. I think because the first season also had Ramsay commentating, the narrator just has so much more to add to now that there's no Ramsay commentating. Things are going well in both kitchens till a dish comes back for the red kitchen with the hair in it. And the suspects are either Maribel or Jean-Philippe, so take a guess. Rachel also gets chewed out really hard, for an overcooked quail. She gets taken in the pantry and yelled at and threatened. That's not good. Keith gets a dish back for it was cold and there's breadcrumbs on it. And he gives a poor attitude. He just has a piss poor attitude. That's the whole service. And honestly, in general, that's Ramsay's feelings towards him, is that he's a great chef. He just has the worst attitude. Rachel sends out rare Wellingtons, so she gets chewed out again. Not looking good for her. And then Garrett sends out the wrong number of quail orders. So both teams are starting to fall a little bit. Blue team, very, very rocky, sends more entrees. And the red team, Rachel, sends more rare Wellingtons, which gets their kitchen shut down. At the end, Heather is confessing to her mistakes, which honestly weren't that bad. And then red team loses because they didn't finish. They sent out less entrees. Virginia named best of worst, which I think is the only time. If I just go to the summary, yeah, this is her only time best of worst, and then she gets nominated every time after this until the finale. Heather at least gets best of worst twice, so there's that. But so does Keith. So, but yeah. The nominees are Rachel and Maribel, and really sadly, Rachel gets sent home, which sucks. I totally disagree with that. She cares way more. She works way harder. Maribel just has this apathy toward, with her, that you don't really see that she cares. If you remember Autumn, season 5, 3, 5, 7, 5. I want to say 5. 7. Damn it. From season 7, Autumn, just, even though she cared, she had this monotone voice, and you could tell, it just gave out the impression she didn't care. And I don't know if Maribel's the same way, or if she just doesn't care, but, Rachel 100% shows more effort harder than her. She actually gets a retrospective montage after she gets sent home, which is nice. Because she does, she works very hard, and it was a sad elimination. And it's really unfortunate because she died a few years ago. Which is really unfortunate. If I go to her page, yeah, 2007, which is a year after this. Which is really unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just glad she was shown as an positive light, as a hard worker, and a good attitude. And with that, that's the end of the episode. Yeah, a sad elimination I didn't agree with. Blind taste test, which is fun. Something fun at the beginning. And decently eventful service. So all around, say a good episode.